Hello friends, I'm George, the nice smelling gentleman. Welcome back to my channel guys. I hope that all of you are doing good. In my yesterday's video I showed you this fragrance from the house of Zimaya called Braveheart. Now when you look at the bottle of this fragrance, you probably end up thinking that this is a clone of a Memo Paris fragrance, but you will be wrong because this actually turned out to be a clone of Dolce & Gabbana The One Luminous Nights. So in this video today I'm going to talk about this fragrance, which looks very similar to this one, but this one is actually a clone of a Memo Paris fragrance, and in this case this is a clone of Irish Leather from Memo Paris. The fragrance is called Royal Leather and again comes from the house of Zimaya, and in this video we're going to check this fragrance out. As usual, firstly, I'm going to quickly show you the packaging, the presentation, the bottle design of the fragrance. The fragrance comes packaged in this black and golden colored box. On the front you got this horse painting. You got the same on the bottle. You got the name of the fragrance, Royal Leather. You got the name of the company, Zimaya. The bottle size 100 milliliters. On the sides you get nothing else. On the back there's some additional information along with the actual concentration, which is eau de parfum. And there's also a production date, which in this case is July of 2023. Then this is how the bottle looks. It looks exactly the same as the Braveheart fragrance from Zimaya, and also looks very similar to a lot of the Memo Paris fragrances. Black bottle, again you got the same painting on the front. It's a sticker that's actually glued to the actual bottle. The cap has a metallic coating to it. It's a snug fit, so it's not a problem to pick up the bottle through the cap. And all in all, it's a okay presentation. And if I have to score the presentation, I'll give it a score of 7 out of 10 points. If you enjoy my content, guys, but you're not yet subscribed to the channel, please consider hitting the subscribe button. It will really mean a lot to me. And also don't forget to hit the notification bell so you don't miss any of my future uploads. The note breakdown of a Royal Leather from the house of Zimaya has the following notes. The top notes are juniper, berry, leather and mate. The heart notes are amber, oud and tonka bean, and the base notes are praline, rose and saffron. As you can see, the sprayer is very decent. Again, like with Braveheart, it has a very decent sprayer. And now onto the actual, actual scent of this fragrance. Now, immediately after spraying, I can tell you that this is a very green fragrance. The juniper berries are definitely there. You pick up the leather straight after you've sprayed the fragrance. It doesn't play a very prominent role in the opening of this fragrance, but it's there. And also there's that mate note. Now I'll have to be, if you're not familiar with mate, this is a sort of a green tea, a type of a green tea note, and I'm not the biggest fan of the green tea notes, the mate note, and that combination in the opening of the juniper berries, the leather and the mate, and that combination is not one of my favorites. I have to be honest with you guys. Also, immediately after spraying, I pick up a touch of the saffron, a touch of the rose somewhere in the background, and also a slight sweetness from the amber note. When this starts to dry down, some of that spiciness and some of that greenness starts to go away. The dry down is more about, the actual sweetness from the amber note and the leather, that combination. And when this goes into the deeper dry down, I actually pick up a touch of sort of a powderness that my guess will be that it comes from the tonka bean note. If I have to rate the actual scent profile of this fragrance, as I said, I'm not the biggest fan of the opening. That green spicy opening is not my favorite. The dry down is more enjoyable, and because of that opening, I'll give the scent, score of the scent of 7 out of 10 points. When it comes to the closeness of Royal Leather to the original scent from Memo, which is called, of course, Irish Leather, again, I have to acknowledge that I'm not the biggest fan of this scent profile, so I don't own the original. I've never owned it. I've tried it a few times, and I'll sort of do a comparison from memory, but to my nose, there are two main differences. The first one is, of course, the quality of the scent. Memo's fragrance has a lot higher quality, but that's normal considering the price difference between the two fragrances. And also what I can sort of quote from memory, you know, the original fragrance is a little bit sweeter on the dry down and has a stronger leather note. So if I have to sort of put an accuracy score on raw leather from Zimaya, I'll give it a score of 8.5 out of 10 points. The next thing that I want to talk about is the performance, and here this is a sort of an strong suit for this fragrance, because this is a very strong fragrance. I've been getting about 9 hours of performance on my skin with pretty loud projection in the first 2 hours. So if I have to rate the performance of this fragrance, I'll give it a score of 8.5 out of 10 points. The next thing that I'm going to talk about is the price tag of raw leather from Zimaya. Now again, I'm quoting the prices that I'm getting my fragrances for, and I got this fragrance off of a site called Makeup. Now this is a network of sites across Europe. They have a site for UK, they have a site for Italy, for Poland, for Bulgaria, and I paid about 15 euros in order to get raw leather from Zimaya, which will translate into something like maybe $18-19, something like that. So raw leather from Zimaya is an ultra affordable fragrance, and if I have to score the price tag of this fragrance, I'll give it a score of 10 out of 10 points. And the last thing that I'm going to talk about, of course, is the versatility of this fragrance. Now, this is actually quite a versatile scent profile, because it's not too sweet, it's not too leathery, you know, it's not too spicy, and on theory this should work pretty much all year round. And I think it should work all year round. This is safe for office usage as well. It's not an offending type of a scent, but to my nose definitely leans towards the masculine side, although this is marketed as a unisex fragrance. And because of that, I will give it a versatility score of 9 out of 10 points. And so on to my final thoughts and my final score of raw leather from the house of Zimaya. As I said, you know, already a few times in this video, the original fragrance and this one, you know, the whole scent profile has never been one of my favorite, you know, scent profiles. That mix of, you know, green notes, spicy notes, and leather plus some rose is not a combo that I really enjoy that much. The dry down of the fragrance is actually a lot more enjoyable compared to the opening, and I just wish that I could go straight to the dry down of this fragrance when I'm using it, so that will reflect in my final score. But you know, I've never come across any other clone of Irish Leather, to be honest. This is the first clone that I've actually found of Irish Leather. And as a clone on its own, it's actually doing a pretty decent job. It's pretty close to the original scent, has great performance and projection, has super low price tag, you know, has an okayish presentation. So if you're looking for a clone of Irish Leather, then definitely check out Royal Leather from the house of Zimaya. But simply because, as I said, I don't enjoy that scent profile that much, if I have to rate this fragrance, I'll give it a final score of 7 out of 10. And that will be based mostly on the fact that it's very affordable and has great performance. So guys, in today's video I showed you an interesting alternative to Memo's Irish Leather from the house of Zimaya called Royal Leather. This thing has a very low price tag and actually does a pretty decent job at replicating, cloning the original scent. I hope that you found this video interesting. If you did, give it a like, and I also hope that you're going to join me in my next video. And until then, stay safe and bye bye.